Could you imagine silent movies with smartphones? I'm Brendan McLaughlin. American juries have been required to consider only the evidence presented in the courtroom since our country created constitutional protections that control access to information. They recognize that citizens should be guaranteed the right to trial by jury in cases involving liberty or property, because the alternative was to be tried by a government official, not peers. Rules of conduct were created for juries to ensure impartiality. That's true now, and it was certainly true in the days of silent movies. Today, modern jurors can violate these rules at the speed of a search engine. Now, some of you are more technologically or web savvy than others and have become accustomed to getting everything from news to driving directions from online sources. With today's modern technology, information is literally at your fingertips, just a few clicks away. But as a juror, your responsibility to be impartial requires that you not be influenced by different mass and social media sources. Our jury system is dependent on the jurors who are privy only to the evidence admissible in court, instructed on the law solely by the judge at the conclusion of the evidence, and who have not been predisposed to outside opinions or discussions of the case before deliberation with their fellow jurors. Why do you think these rules are so important? Or put another way, what would happen if we disregarded them? Do you think it's okay for jurors to use social media to talk about or research a case? Let's listen to some of the answers.
Well, the information I find may not be accurate, may not tell the full story.
It's not fair for me to use information that the lawyer don't have.
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense for me to make a decision on something a reporter said.
Now let's listen to one of our judges talk about the importance of the rules that prohibit jurors from taking any personal interest in learning or searching for information from any source, including other jurors, family, friends, and mass or social media. Because when these rules are not followed, jurors can be held in contempt of court. For the parties and sometimes taxpayers, this type of action can cause the trial to end.
Even though the video you saw earlier was entertaining, unfortunately, it shows a very real problem we face in our court system every day. I know of at least one case where a juror ignored the judge's instructions and was sentenced to jail for 4 months. That's why we are using this means of communication, because we want to stress the importance of not using electronic devices to talk to other people about the case or even look up information about the case on the internet. So please, listen to what the judge tells you about a juror's use of cell phones, iPods, tablets, and all other electronic devices during a trial. If you don't understand the judge's instructions, or if you have a question about what you shouldn't be doing on your electronic devices during a trial, ask the judge, who will gladly answer any questions that you might have. On behalf of all of us in the 13th Judicial Circuit, thanks for your participation in our Hillsborough County system of justice.
You know that the fair resolution of disputes in the American system of justice requires that jurors make decisions based on information presented only by the parties at trial, rather than on information that has not been subjected to scrutiny for reliability and relevance. What does that mean to you as a prospective juror? Well, simply put, you must be silent. That is, you are not to communicate with anyone about the case in person, on your cell phone, through email, text messaging, tweeting, blogging, chat rooms, or any other form of social networking. Remember, only jurors are authorized to render a verdict in this case. To be qualified as a juror, you must be found to be fair and impartial. Today, that may be more difficult or challenging than in earlier times in history, but it's still a fundamental part of our American justice system. After all, these rules help guarantee a fair trial.